I really want to showcase all my knowledge, all my skills, all like the quaint little finishes that I know work, that like people will love. And I just want to put them in one house so people can come in and see it and be like, wow, I hate my house. I need to be here.
Welcome to the Onsite Podcast. We chat with contractors, educators, industry professionals about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's fucking get into it. What's up? Welcome back to the Onsite Podcast, episode 48. And today we got Sam back. So Sam was one of our guests, I guess, a few months ago. And a lot has happened in Sam's life. He continues to grow and expand, and wanted to get him back on the show. So I'm excited to have you back again today.
Happy to be here, brother. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So let's do a little update on where things are at with Coronation. I know it isn't that far from when we talked, but obviously the momentum is coming. You know, you've got some ads running, got some great projects under your belt, some bigger opportunities maybe down the line. And so tell us a little bit about where you're at with Coronation right now.
So where we're at right now, basically, I've kind of taken a bit of a step back, less hands-on, more so administrative kind of sales estimates and stuff like that. But I think over the past few weeks, we've focused heavy on not only our online presence, but like different avenues of advertisements, right? So like we're starting to meet with media and creative companies to kind of source, like create some good material, some good content out there, something that we can have running consistently. Because in this day and age, it's not good enough to be a good contractor, a good builder. You've got to, essentially, you have to be an influencer, right? Constantly pulling out the phone, taking some videos, like this is my day, this is what we're going at. But now we're trying to throw some real production at this stuff. So like people know where the money's going and they're going to know where the money is coming from.
Right. There you go. It truly is. It comes down to levels. You know, the first level of this whole industry is you start doing the work, right? And then at some point, you recognize that, you know, you're not getting the quality leads that you want. And in order for you to get these quality leads, you have to do something different. So visibility starts to change, and you've got to invest in ads. You've got to invest in, you know, higher media exposure so that you can actually show the quality of the work that you're doing, you know. And so I'm excited to see this content that you're going to be producing over the next couple of months, because we've seen it with other people in the community grow their business like exponentially, you know. And they depend on their social media. Like Kevin, for example, he's literally depends on his social media. That's his exposure, and he's consistent with it. And it's because he has somebody helping him do that. So I'm excited to see that side of your business really come to light. What do you got going on right now for projects?
So for projects, we got a couple bathrooms and a few basements. We have a few commercial places that are kind of in the planning stages. One that we're currently working on is a medical office. We've got the designer in. She's picked the layout, kind of the finishes. There's going to be like all kinds of cabinets in every treatment room, a custom front desk. It's going to look killer. So I'm excited for that one. One of the bathrooms we're working on right now, again, it was with another designer. And this one, it's a tiled archway in the shower. So like the entryway to come in is arched and it's all done in tile. It's took a little bit of finesse, but I think it's going to look like insane when it's finished.
That sounds amazing. So what do you think is behind, because like when we first talked about the work that you were doing, you know, you started out doing some drywall work and some smaller projects, and you had some basements and a couple other things, but like you've got a lot of confidence, you know, and it doesn't come off arrogant by any means. It just comes off confident. And so where do you think some of your confidence comes from to give you the confidence to do some of these more challenging projects? Because what happens, most people get these opportunities where they have these creative clients that want these creative elements, and they almost talk themselves out of doing it because they don't have the confidence to do it. Whereas, you know, it looks like you're leaning towards the more challenging stuff, which obviously fulfills you in some way. So where do you think, you know, this confidence comes from?
Oh man, right into the heavy questions. I don't want to say fake it until you make it, because I feel like that's such a cliche.
Yeah.
But what I can honestly say is you can sit there all day long and think about how you can get this, how you can figure out how this is going to work, right? For instance, the arch, like I could sit there and figure out the math, how the tile is going to work, whatever. At the end of the day, you just got to do it. You know, it's like anything else, like planning, whatever. You put pen to paper, you put boots on the ground, you get action going, you figure it out as you go, right? And I feel like in our industry and construction especially, a lot of it is just you figure it out as you do it, you
No,
know?
I completely agree. I think that most people aren't willing to, like my little CTA all the time is about taking action, and most people aren't willing to just do the fucking things. Like one of our presentations that I had the other day, I was talking about leaning into the more challenging things first, getting the hard shit done first, because it provides you with a level of confidence that I believe you need to tackle the next opportunity, and so by you doing these challenging, complex projects, it will give you the confidence to navigate that next sales opportunity with a harder project, because in the past you've already done it, right? In the past that you've already been capable of doing something, and maybe this is completely different, but it's still a hard task, whatever it might be moving forward. And so, those are things that we talk about all the time. And I'm glad that you're leaning into the hard shit first, because I think that's really important with growth and development. And, this next level too, where we're trying to focus on getting some of the new construction done with your business, which I'm excited about as well. And so where's the passion behind the new construction? Obviously everybody wants bigger projects, right? But you're really trying to get into this new construction phase of the business. And it's a transition, but it's a transition that, we've discussed a lot. We're working on some things in the background. And so I'm confident it will come together. But what can you tell us about that?
So I think the whole reason I wanted to go more towards the new construction side of the industry is, well, obviously the pay is better. I hate to say it. For me, especially, like I'm running around all over the place half the time, one site to the other site. When it's like a solid home, like that's where the majority of your time is going to be spent.
Yeah.
That's one. And then like, I don't know, man. I see a lot of stuff in homes and I'm like, this is cool, but like, I know what is going to be like
Better.
the wow factor in a house. You know what I mean? So I really want to showcase all my knowledge, all my skills, all like the quaint little finishes that I know work, that like people will love. And I just want to put them in one house so people can come in and see it and be like, wow, I hate my house. I need to be here.
No, I love that. I love that. So it's kind of like your signature. You're excited about the opportunity to kind of expose, what you're truly capable of doing.
Exactly.
And I love that. That's passion and that's confidence. And so I know that will come together and you'll have that opportunity to really, showcase some of those skills and abilities that you guys possess. I mean, Ontario is a beautiful place. There's lots of great people there, lots of great clients, and lots of opportunity everywhere. And all you literally have to do is just take action with whatever it is that you want to do. So
Exactly.
your little man there, how's he doing?
Oh, he's growing like a weed. He's growing like a weed. He's running around doing things he's not supposed to. One of my favorite things is like he'll test me, which I think is hilarious. Like I'll tell him not to open the drawer, and then he'll go grab the drawer and just look at me and wait for my reaction.
So he's sitting there poking you, just waiting.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's just poking the bear. That's
awesome.
His whole personality.
Any plans for any little ones?
Yeah. I mean, we're thinking about trying to try for an extra member of the family. I have a feeling I want a girl, but I have a feeling I'm going to be cursed with just 3 boys.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Oh no, I know, but like, thank God I know how to patch drywall. That's all I'm going to say.
So I have a boy and a girl, and my son's 18 or 17, turning 18, just in grade 12. So, he's at that level where it's different. It's different being a dad at that age. Like it's a different experience, and you'll experience it at some point, and you'll know when it happens what it feels like. But like my son had a hockey game, so they're in playoffs right now. They're in the second round, and they're playing like one of the best fucking teams like in the city, in the province, whatever. And so it's on paper looks impossible for them to win, right? And this is his last season as well. So every game could potentially be his last game. So you got to play till you are told you're done playing, right? And so last night they were up on these guys, like they were fucking up on them, and we had one bad mistake, which really wasn't a mistake, but it was a hit. So just to see the defeat, the little frustration, and then to understand all the emotions that are behind it, it's a unique experience. You're talking about your son holding the drawer and testing you, and and one day they're going to be doing something that means a lot to them that they're not going to be able to do anymore. and so they're gonna feel a level of emotion and sadness and pain and things that are special to them, but it's also part of life and growing and going through some of those uncomfortable moments. And so those are some of the things that you're gonna experience. It's a journey, man. I remember when my son was young, and grabbed like an impact and started fucking just cranking on the hardwood. Like just started cranking. He's like, look at this thing, I'm fixing. I'm like, no, you're making it worse. You're making it
That's
worse.
awesome.
And then one day he's going to be smashing kids on the ice. So it goes from that to this, and it's a cool experience. I also have a daughter too. And so my daughter, she's just like super soft, gentle. I mean, she has her moments where she's feisty, but at the same time, it's a different relationship. And so, either way, dude, like I would take a second boy, or I would take my daughter. Like either way, whatever happens. I know that, your wife probably wants a little girl.
Yeah,
and
she's done with boys.
Yeah, she's probably done with the boys. So I think it's for her, not for you. Well, I mean, it is what it is, but no, kids are cool, dude. They're fun, and I talk about mine quite a bit on here, and it's special to me. So, hey, we've got an ad here. Make sure to pay attention. What's up, guys? Are you a contractor or business owner looking to take things to the next level? Well, I've got something for you. The Elite Builder Society is a community that helps contractors grow and scale. For $49 a month, you can have access to 20 group coaching calls. Look, you're probably wondering, how am I going to show up to 20 calls, Brandon? That's a lot. And yeah, it is a lot for $49 a month. But every call is recorded so you can watch it at your leisure. But you get the best experience when you're live on the call with us. Okay, at the end of every webinar, there will be a Q&A where you can ask the industry expert questions that you can implement into your business. Look, if you're ready to take things to the next level for $49 a month, go to ebsworks.com and register today. I look forward to seeing you inside the community. Just tell us a little bit more about like what's going on in your life with any challenges come up, any conflicts, any drama? We got anything?
I don't know. I mean, the challenges of running your own business, it never ends. You know what I mean?
In Ontario.
In Ontario, I don't know about where you guys are at in Edmonton or Alberta, but like in Ontario, like you have ups and downs, Yeah. And then it's like, I hate to say it's all about consistency. It's all about continuing, maintaining. Like you got to put your head down. You got to keep going. Like some months you'll make whatever, barely enough to pay everybody off, pay your trades, pay your bills, nothing extra in the pocket. But then like 1 month you make someone's yearly salary.
Right.
I don't want to like toot my own horn, but that's the name of the game. Like that's the way it goes. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down.
Yeah. And it does come down to consistency. And a lot of people, honestly, like Ontario is a fucking tough market. Like we work with a lot of people in Ontario, and there's so many people that are shitty at what they do that are easily getting work, and that's the crazy part. They're easily getting work because they're consistent at being shitty, and they just continue to show up every day.
Yep.
And along the way they'll get 1 or 2 jobs. And so everybody's confused. How does the fucking shitty guy get work? Well, he just shows up, and people are willing to take a risk on shitty guys. And the reason good people get work is because they also show up in different ways, and they promote themselves properly, and they approach their clients ethically, and they communicate, and they do all the things necessary to win opportunities, and so no matter what market we exist or what we live in, there's always going to be an opportunity. You've been able to weed through the shit to find some great opportunities. And most people honestly just fucking sit there and complain about how bad things are. Like Ontario is full of contractors, good and bad. And so, but there's also a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people, but it's funny that you mentioned that. Like I look at it, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't quote it, but 50 Cent always said like depression is a rich man's disease. Like I can't afford to just like sit at home when things aren't going my way. I gotta go out and I gotta get it, and to go off of what you're saying about like the shitty guys keep getting work. That's why like we're taking so much effort to differentiate ourselves from these, I don't want to say shitty competitors, but from lower quality. That's why we're putting money in the Google ads. We're putting money in the Meta ads. We're putting a creative team together to get some really good content out there so people can see what we've done, can see what we're about, can see like basically what our motto is. Like the work is great. Like we do great work, I believe. But my main thing is the experience. right? If people can, like, my goal is for Coronation, for people to be excited to work with us. You know what I mean? Not like, you know, the industry standard. I got 3 quotes from here, 3 quotes from here. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to compare them. No, I want people to be like, I got Coronation to price out my job and they're doing it for me.
Yeah. One price.
Exactly. That's how I attack everything.
What's the Coronation experience? Tell me about that. I love that you said that, because, you know, so many people just think they're doing a job. You're not just doing a job. You are creating an experience. For some people, this is a once in a lifetime experience. And so, you know, I'm just interested, like, what does the Coronation experience look like to you? Like, walk me through that journey.
Do you expect me to give the keys to the kingdom away?
No, I'm just
I'm just kidding. I'm just
like for the client, from the client's perspective.
No.
Like, what is that experience that like working with you?
So basically, it starts from the very beginning, right? We get an online submission form from our website. Basically, asks a bunch of questions. What's your project? Where did you hear from us? What are you looking to do? And do you have any inspirations? The second that comes in, we get a notification. They get an email response sent out to them. Hey, thanks for reaching out. So-and-so will reach out to you within the next hour. And either me, myself, or one of our project managers will call them, kind of do like a on-phone consultation, you know, and then book an on-site visit, right? Then I'll go in on the on-site visit. I'll sit with them. I'll discuss with them. I'll figure out what they're looking for. If it's a bathroom, kitchen, basement, whatever. If they have any plans, do they need a designer? Do they need any architectural work done? And then it goes from there. Estimates within 48 to 72 hours. Trying to keep them excited. You know what I mean? We don't want them to mellow out and be like, oh, well, maybe we'll do it next year. Right. And then,
because a lot of contractors are like, yeah, I'll get you the quote sometime next week. And then it takes 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And they're hunting the guy down, trying to get the quote. So I love that. 24. What'd you say? 48, 22?
48 to 72. Trying to get to 24, but like sometimes it just doesn't work.
24 is tight, especially on a bigger project. But no, I think that's good. That's good turnaround. Okay.
Yeah. So we use JobTread, high advocate for that program. I love it. It's my bread and butter. You know, they have a client portal, so they have access to everything. They can message us. We have site photos that we take, daily logs every day that are posted. But to kind of go backtrack a little bit, all my proposals are done in person. So we get it all together. We have a package, explains our process, who we are, why they should go with us. We won 3 awards last year, so that's all advocated there. Thank you. Yeah, and then I just
don't celebrate being an entrepreneur is fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
And there are opportunities where we get these little wins, these awards. Maybe not little wins, maybe they're big, but you get these awards, or you get, you know, recognized, you get visibility for something that you've done that's great. And then most people are just quickly on to the next thing because they're like, oh, okay, cool, that was great. You know, but like, honestly, take a moment to fucking seriously celebrate, because, you know, a lot of people aren't getting those awards, you know? And so that's fucking awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I do the proposal in person. I break it down, let them know what their issue is, whatever functionality in a bathroom, outdated kitchen. We break it down. We go through every single item. I answer any questions that they may have, right? Then once that's done, we send it off to them. And like I said, once the project goes forward, you get daily photos, daily logs. There's a schedule up. So nobody's ever asked me, is anyone showing up today? Right. And I think the main thing is, like, a lot of homeowners have told me that I make sure that their home is treated with respect, because like I look at every home as if it's my own, right? So if some guy just shows up tracking mud in on his boots in my house, I'd lose my mind. So before anything starts, we protect the floors with it's like a fabric. It's not even paper. Tape off everywhere we need to tape off. We put plastic walls everywhere, like the sheets. So it all like I said, all starts from the very beginning, and it's the whole experience there, right? We've had a few clients even like go on vacation when we started, right?
Love it. And
I can see through JobTread how many times they're accessing their portal, they're checking the schedule, they're checking the daily logs. So like, people are into this.
Yeah. If anybody out there is listening to this and you haven't looked at JobTread, 100% highly recommended. We are 100% committed to this software. I've used BuilderTrend and a few other softwares before. You know, I think the real unique difference for me is that JobTread listens to the contractor, you know, because like what you just said, the client is looking at this stuff, they're using this stuff. It's not just ideas that we just fucking project on the client. They're actually they're tools that they actually use, right? And so JobTread listens to the contractor. if Sam brings feedback to JobTread and says, hey, I think it would be good for you to consider doing X, Y, and Z, they actually will consider doing it. Like they'll be, if there's enough interest from, a few of the different contractors, they might actually implement it. They have over 10,000 users now, and to have that kind of control really shows that it was built by contractors. The software was truly built by contractors to serve the client, to create this experience, and outside of that, Coronation is doing all of these other elements on site in pre-construction and during construction that create this unique experience for the client, because the alternative is, just doing a shitty fucking job, and probably getting fired and giving the client a raging fucking headache and all kinds of other problems. What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode of the On-Site Podcast. So here's the deal. We want to grow this show and we need your help. It's simple. Pay the tax, share the show. That's it. Let's get back into it. Have you had to take over any projects in your life from like a shitty contractor? Or
so I had to take over a project actually.
Okay.
Last year a previous client reached out to me and said they had hired somebody else to kind of renovate their entire home, and then they just asked us to come in and finish up. So, and like, I don't like to kind of diss anybody's work, but we just came in, we got the job done.
Yeah.
And I did give them a little gruff, like, why didn't you just give me a call in the first place? But what are you going to do?
People, price is generally the problem. Like when things cost a certain amount, somebody thinks it's worth taking the risk on somebody else, know, and there's like a lot of people in the community that talk about this shit all the time. Like James, one of the Drywaller, he's also in Ontario. He's a Drywaller in Ontario. And he was just telling me the other day, he was like, dude, I was so he just won this large ADU drywall project. Yeah. And the client was trying to use this other contractor, and he didn't use the other contractor because the other contractor didn't respond, right? Wasn't communicating, wasn't getting the quote. So James took this job away from this other guy, and James is a really good person, creates that experience. But the other contractor ran into James at the gas station or something, and they know each other, so it's kind of weird. And he was like, "Hey, you were quoting that job also, and what happened?" He's like, "Oh, the client was crazy. They weren't good. I didn't want to work with them." But yet all he wasn't doing was just not responding. So there's so many shady little things that are going on out there where somehow these people are still given opportunities. Like, I just don't understand how these fucking shady dudes that do shitty work continue to get opportunities.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think at the end of the day, it comes down to price, which is wild to me, because like, this is your home. You know what I mean? Like, the last place I think would make sense for you to try and like pinch pennies would be your house. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it this way: for every project that we do, and I hate to say it, it's never a race to the bottom. You know what I mean? I know I'm not going to be the cheapest one, like, estimate you get, right? You're paying for quality, right? You're not going to get some Joe Schmo show up in a Honda Civic who's going to do your drywall, your tiles, and your paint, all one guy. You're paying for like 30 plus years of experience for each. Like, this is what they've been doing for 30 years. You know what I mean? We have vetted trades, we have vetted suppliers and everything like that. And that obviously that comes with a cost. Yeah. Right.
Quality comes with a cost.
Exactly. So like, and I look at it this way, like, whatever, sales pitch, whatever, like, if you're going to take your wife out to dinner and you want her to have a good experience, are you going to take her to McDonald's, or are you going to take her for a steak?
Right.
Right. You're going to take her for a steak. So your house, how is that any different? You shouldn't be paying for McDonald's when you want it to look like a steak.
Yeah, I love
that. If you catch my metaphor.
No, I did. Usually it's like beer versus champagne, but I like the McDonald's versus steak. That's a pretty.
All I can say is that if I took my wife out for McDonald's and expected anything other than a thank you, it wouldn't work. I have to take her for a steak. I got to wine and dine her. So you gotta spend the money for the results you want, right? Sir. And I think that's the problem in the industry. People don't want to spend. I mean, I'm not categorizing everybody, because like, there are great clients who they know what they want and they know what it's going to cost. Yeah. Right. So
cool. I love it. You said Drywaller. You said Drywaller and Honda Civic. And funny story. So I was driving with my son the other day, and he's getting into the trade, so he's going to become a welder, which really is a profession more than anything. And he's badass at it. It's pretty good. He built his girlfriend a bouquet of roses out of steel and chain and metal. It was fucking cool. Made me look like shit. So I was actually in the garage a little bit with him when he was doing it, and I came inside, and my girlfriend's like, "You didn't make me one?" No, it's not my job. I do other things. He's a welder. It's different. Anyway, so we were talking. Him and I were driving around, and he's like, "What kind of truck should I get?" I was like, "I don't know what you drive, so hopefully I don't offend you here."
No. Let's see what you're gonna say.
I was like, "Well, you could get a Dodge, but I wouldn't get a Dodge." And he's like, "Well, like, that's what you drive." I know you.
Yeah.
That's why I was getting too deep into it. No, but he was like, "So, like, what kind of like? I bet you like a Drywaller drives that truck." And I was like, No, a Drywaller probably isn't a Honda Civic. A Drywaller probably starts his life out in a Honda Civic. He's got mud in the back seat and his trowels in the front. So it was just funny that you said Honda Civic because that's what we were just chatting about. And I've worked with
I mean, I had like starting out, I had a Ford Focus. I was tying sheets of drywall to the top.
Yes.
When I first started. And then I went like out here, drywallers usually graduate and they have like an old beat up van.
Yes.
So then I graduated to a Honda Odyssey. And I couldn't tell you the amount of times.
Can you get sheets in an Odyssey?
Nope. I would have to pull the seat all the way up to the front and I couldn't sit down. So I'd be hovering, driving with these sheets in the back.
How long ago was this?
I'd say like 5 years ago.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you've come a long way.
Yep.
Fucking crazy. And were you with Hoda then at that time?
Oh, yeah. Hoda and I have been together since I think I was like 19, 20. Like
no way.
14,
so she was ripping in the van
years.
too.
No, she never drove my van. I was too embarrassed.
Yeah, come on, hold the drywall. Let's go. That's awesome, dude. But no, that's what it's about. It's about the journey. Stack the wins and keep growing and developing. And this time next year, you'll have some new projects under your belt. Some really complicated, challenging shit. Some great content, which I'm excited about. You're gonna have to be speaking on camera lots, and you're great at it. So it'll come natural. It'll come natural. Cool, dude. Anything else you want to share with us today? I appreciate you jumping on with us today. We short notice.
So no, it's no problem. I mean, I always make the time for you guys. You've helped me a lot, and I really appreciate it. Anything exciting? I mean, keep your eye out for this content. I'm going to plug myself. Anybody local to the London area, by all means, feel free, reach out, and you can get that coronation experience yourself.
Yeah, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Facebook, at Coronation Construction. There you go. Perfect. Right there. Coronation Construction.
Yeah.
Website, coronationconstruction.com. There you go. I love it.
Cool, dude. Well, yeah, if anybody's looking to work with a high quality boutique contractor in London, Ontario, hook up with this guy. He'll take care of you. Appreciate you, dude. That's it. Thank you.
See you later. Thank you.
See you, bud. All right, that concludes this episode of the On-Site Podcast. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please pay the tax, share the show. Guys, if you want to be a part of the Elite Builder Society, all you got to do is pay $49 a month. That's it. $49 a month. You get 20 group coaching calls every month. Okay? Go to ebsworks.com and register today. If you enjoyed the show, please pay the tax and share the show.